Alright, today we'll be revisiting the deck project. If you watch my other video, I'll put a link in the description below. You saw that it turned out really well, but I was worried about some pitch pockets that wouldn't stop bleeding out. And as I had foreseen or thought would happen, they continued to bleed out. I went ahead and I talked to Sherwin-Williams to see, because I had heard or read that a bin sealer might seal in the pitch and everything like that, maybe make it better, but the person confirmed what I pretty much thought beforehand, and that is nothing's going to stop it short of replacing the boards. So here's what I'm going to do instead. Right, I just got done staining the floor of the deck. I'm going to cut away over here. I worked really hard. As you can see, I worked so hard some of my hair fell off. Actually, what ended up happening is I washed the deck on Friday. Look at my other video, like I said, I'll link it, and I used dish soap. In this case, I used a broom, a regular broom, and then a push broom, just sudsing it up with a bucket of soapy water, and then any little spots that I didn't miss, I got with a little scrubby sponge. I did not try at all to remove any of the sap because it's just going to come through. Guys, do not waste your time, okay? Do not waste your time. Don't try taking the sap off. Just scrub it and I'll show you the next step. But first, let me show you what this looked like coming through. I'll show you on the deck rails, okay? Look at this. You see this junk? Yeah, it's sap, all right? It's going to come through until it's done, and it could be done in 20 years or something. All right, I didn't show you because, quite frankly, I ran out of time and the dog was barking next door. But if you can see, little, this is what when it's done, and it looks pretty good right now. But let's see, can you see in there? Yeah, you see this? That is one of these pitch pockets. See, that's kind of lumpy. It will bleed forever, for the foreseeable future. All right, so it looks good right now. It looks really good, and it's going to look good for a little bit, but then that junk's going to start bubbling up again. Okay, I haven't messed with this top rail. I didn't mess with the side rails because, quite frankly, I mean, look at this. This is what I did 2 years ago. Here, you see that? It looks great. Okay, it all looks good. Where no sun is hitting it, look at that. Looks great. Okay, but you're not going to be able to fight that pitch coming out. So the only way that you can prevent that is to use better wood. All right, don't use junk wood from the beginning. I'm thankful for the deck. The guy chose the wrong deck board, simple as that. Okay, but look, this is what I did 2 years ago. I was almost going to put 2 coats on there. I just finished the one. I was going to wait and do another one, but why? Okay, because this is great. And it actually says do not use more than 2 coats. But let me show you what I'm doing to remedy this. I'll show you. We bought dual-sided rubber pavers, lasting beauty. Look, before and after. Okay, easy to install, long-lasting and durable, will not freeze or crack. 16 by 16 by 3/4 of an inch. It's dual-sided. You can have it look like fake brick, or you can have it look like this maze pattern, which I like. We'll see what we agree on. Or I guess you can mix and match, which would look altogether different. The SKU number, you can see it there, 816-101-002023. I might put a link in the description below to this stuff, but it's thick, it's recycled rubber, and I'm putting this, after this thing cures, I'm going to give it a little while to cure, I'm putting this directly on top of the deck, okay? It'll have some channels, whichever we decide it'll have some channels for the water to run out, okay? It's not an ideal situation, but quite frankly, you have very limited choices. Let me tell you about some of those limited choices. Number one, you could go ahead and take all of the deck boards off, all of the boards that are sappy and yuck, just take them off and replace them, preferably with something that is lower maintenance. I don't think anything is zero maintenance in this world. Even that Trex stuff, I don't know, I haven't looked into it, but composite is probably the way to go for longevity. I don't know, time will tell. For that top deck board, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, okay? I think I might replace it with some composite, or maybe cap it somehow with metal or something. I don't know yet. That's like, you know, down the line. But right now I could rip those boards out. I could be a sucker and try to you know, scrape that sap up. And let me tell you why I didn't do that this time, okay? The reason why I didn't do that is because had I done that, what would have happened? It would have come right through again. And let me tell you something about pine sap. It's a great waterproofer, okay? It's called pitch, all right? Look it up. They use pitch to, you know, seal things in. So it's a great waterproofer. And you know what? I saw in a gated community, I looked and the same thing was happening. They just covered right over it. Because you know what? You scrape it up and you're going to take forever to do it, and it's just going to come right back through. So I didn't do that. So I might do something about the top rails. I'm not going to do anything about any of the side stuff. I might, you know, go over some of that again with stain or not. The main thing is I want people to be able to walk on it. I want people to be able to lean against the top rail, or maybe put something like their arm up there without being a sappy mess. So yeah, I could have removed those bottom deck boards, replaced them with some composite. I could have come up with a variety of things to do. There was a product where you could lay boards perpendicular to the ones that were there, and it was a composite thing made for this purpose. But this way I will have these rubber tiles that I can remove and restain in a couple of years, and I think that's important. The other thing is, they'll act somewhat as a sunscreen, okay? Because really when the hot sun hits it, that's when these things start oozing, and sun really deteriorates things. So I'm thinking this will do the trick, and you know, maybe I'll check back in later on when I have this stuff down, but I'm gonna let this cure for a while. Anyway, I like to give updates to things. I don't want to leave you hanging like, oh yeah, it was wonderful, because when I left you off, it did look great. But like I said in the beginning of that video, I had read that it will just keep bleeding through. So I had that in mind. It was a bummer, because I worked hard on it and it looked good, and it looks good now. But at least I know now that you know, I have the knowledge to know that's not it. That's not the end of the story. But you know, it's gonna be good. I'm telling you, it's gonna be good. After we put those tiles down, we'll actually be able to use this deck, and I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, you know, stay tuned, and maybe you'll see number 3 of this long series. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.